This is one of those stories that sounds completely made up. It's about a Christmas that went terrifyingly wrong. It's about a bank robber hiding in a Santa suit, and a hero that absolutely no one saw coming.
Just let that sink in for a second. My dad hated his own mother. Why? Because she held Santa Claus at gunpoint. But then it says she saved every kid in the county. How do those two things even go together? It sounds completely backward, right? Well, let's get into what actually went down that day.
To really get that quote, you have to understand we're going back in time. This isn't just a story I read somewhere. This is a memory, a Christmas memory that was burned into a little kid's mind forever.
So this is the big question, isn't it? It just doesn't add up. Why would a kid feel hate for his mom in that moment? Was she being reckless? Did she put him in more danger? Or was there something else? Something that only he could see from where he was sitting?
Okay, so let's set the scene. The year is 1961. It's December. We're in a tiny town in Arkansas, and the air just has that Christmas feel. You know, it's cold, it smells like pine trees, and for a kid, it was absolute magic. I mean, picture it. The main street is packed, lights are twinkling everywhere, and there's this huge line of kids just buzzing with excitement, all waiting to meet Santa Claus. The world felt totally safe, you know, perfect. But that feeling, it was about to be shattered. And then, all of a sudden, a voice cuts through the music on a nearby radio. It's a news bulletin. 2 armed and dangerous bank robbers are on the run. And just like that, the holiday mood just vanishes. The laughter turns into whispers. Parents start pulling their kids a little closer. The announcer gives one single, crucial detail about one of the robbers, an identifying feature, heterochromia. It means he has 2 different colored eyes, one of those things you never forget. And in an instant, everyone in that town started looking a little closer at the strangers around them.
But here's the thing. One person wasn't panicking. My grandma. She heard that one little detail over the radio, and you could almost see the gears turning. Something inside her, that sharp hunter's instinct, just woke right up. And as she watched all the kids sitting on Santa's lap, her blood must have run cold. Because she saw it. One blue eye, one brown eye. The man in the big red suit, surrounded by children, he was the bank robber, hiding in the one place no one would ever think to look.
Now, did she scream? Did she cause a panic? Nope. She knew that would get people hurt. Instead, she puts on this calm, friendly smile. She actually prepares a tray with cookies and milk for Santa. The perfect cover. And then she just casually walks over to her nightstand.
And from that nightstand, she pulled out her .45 pistol. She hid it under a napkin on the tray and started walking right back towards Santa's grotto, straight into the lion's den.
So here we are, inside Santa's grotto. You can hear the happy chatter of kids, but underneath all of it, the air is just electric. A deadly, silent confrontation is about to kick off.
Think about it. You've got my grandma, whose only goal is to protect those kids and stop this guy without anyone freaking out. And then you've got the robbers who are just trying to lay low and blend in until the coast is clear. 2 totally opposite goals about to crash into each other.
And then it happens. She walks right up, sets down the tray of cookies, and in one smooth, practiced motion, the .45 is in her hand. The hammer is cocked, and she's looking right down the barrel, straight at Santa's chest. Everything else just fades away.
She looks right at the little boy on Santa's lap, and her voice is steady but firm. Mommy made a mistake. It wasn't for Santa. It wasn't for anyone else. It was a code, a signal for one specific person to get away right now. Santa just froze. But his accomplice, the guy dressed as an elf standing nearby, he saw that pistol, and his hand shot straight up into the air. The jig was up. My grandma was in total control of the situation.
Once she had them, it was over pretty quickly. The happy Christmas scene had been shattered, yeah, but thanks to her unbelievable courage, it didn't end in a bloodbath.
The police came swarming in. Both robbers were arrested right there. Not a single shot was fired. The danger was gone.
And that brings us right back to my dad. That initial shock and anger he felt, seeing his mom point a gun at Santa Claus, it just evaporated when he saw the police cars, when he heard the truth. He finally got it.
Because you see, that little boy sitting on Santa's lap, the one she was looking at when she said Mommy made a mistake, that was my dad. She wasn't just saving the town, she was saving her son. And in that moment, she became his hero.
And this is my family's story.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? A hero isn't always wearing a cape. Sometimes it's a grandma in a small town with a tray of cookies and a .45, doing what had to be done. So what does a hero look like to you?